In this session, we are going to discuss and understand Nicholas' direct experience with the objects in the lumber room. Now, we already know that the lumber room is an unknown place, unfamiliar place, new place for Nicholas to experience. Because Nicholas feels that Nicholas understands that he can find out many things. He can learn about many things in the lumber room. Lumber room is like an encyclopedia for Nicholas, because everything is new to him, new experience to him. There are so many new objects for Nicholas to see, to feel, to understand, right? Nicholas understands that the lumber room is not a junkyard. Junkyard means some unwanted things. Junks means unwanted things. The lumber room is not a place for unwanted things. The lumber room has things which are very beautiful, valuable, and also antique value. He criticizes his aunt and elders for destroying those beautiful objects by discarding, putting into the lumber room. He's worried about it. He's angry about aunt. He's worried about those beautiful objects, and he's angry about aunt for destroying them. Right. Now let's read that part. Often, always, and often means always, Nicholas had pictured to himself, pictured means imagine, what the lumber room might be like. Now we know Nicholas is a boy full of imagination. He imagines certain things. Now Nicholas had imagined the features of the lumber room. Now he finds that his imagination about the lumber room are quite right, quite perfect. Lumber room might be like that region that was so carefully sealed, carefully protected from the youthful eyes. Youthful eyes means children. Youthful eyes means children, from the children. And regarding this lumber room, no questions were ever answered. Aunt never answers any questions regarding the lumber room. Now Nicholas finds his imagination about the lumber room are quite correct. It came up to his expectations, as he expected. His imagination, pre-thoughts of the lumber room are quite correct. This is correctness of Nicholas' imagination. His imagination is warranted. There is some surety. Unlike unwarranted imagination of the aunt, their imaginations are not unwarranted, but Nicholas' imagination is warranted, sure, practical. In the first place, underline, Now, these are the qualities of the lumber room. Underline them. These are the qualities of the lumber room. What are the qualities? In the first place,
33. Now the
in the first place, it was a large and dimly lit. The lumber room is very large, dimly lit. There is limited light, mixture of darkness and lightness. Darkness and lightness. Therefore, it has some ghostly appearance, eerie or scary appearance. Nicholas loves this atmosphere. Adventurous feelings. There is lightness, there is darkness, mixture. Like in a jungle. And there is one high window. High window. There is only one window for the lumber room. It is also high. Open into the forbidden garden. What is forbidden garden? The gooseberry garden. It's a metaphor for the gooseberry garden. Metaphor. Now this high window is open to the gooseberry garden. Now we know, by now Aunt is in the gooseberry garden looking for Nicholas. Now Nicholas is in the lumber room, but Aunt does not know it. Aunt does not know. Forbidden garden. Being it's only the source of illumination. Illumination means light. Light. Only the lamp, light. This window is the only source that some little bit of light for the lumber room. In the second place, secondly, Nicholas understands it's a storehouse, collection of unimagined treasures. Unimagined. Treasures means valuable things. Now Nicholas finds that the lumber room is a place full of valuable treasures beyond imagination. You cannot even think. Unimagined means unthinkable. Unthinkable values, valuable things in the lumber room. It is not a junkyard for Nicholas. This is how we experience the lumber room for the first time. But for the aunt, lumber room is a junkyard. She puts everything into the lumber room. But for Nicholas, lumber room is not a storehouse of unwanted things. The aunt, by assertion, by confirmation, by thinking, was one of those people, one of those elders who think, and aunt and other elders, they think by their firm belief, by assertion means by their firm belief that things spoil by use, certain things spoil by use. When you use certain things, they get spoiled, bad. Spoil means bad. By use, and consign them, put them, limit them, consign them to dust and damp. Dust, you know dust, and damp. Damp means wetness or water. Now these elders put these things into the lumber room and expose them to dust and damp. But they put them into the lumber room by the way of preserving them in order to protect them. Preserving means protecting them, but what happens? These things are destroyed by dust and damp, no protection. Nicholas is very critical. These elders, they put these things into the lumber room in order to preserve them, in order to protect them. But what really happens? They are destroyed by dust and damp, dust and water. Such parts of the house as Nicholas knew best were rather cheerless underlined. But the lumber room, such parts of the house, other places of the house, Nicholas knew best, that Nicholas thought best places. Now they are, Nicholas understands, bare, empty, cheerless, not delightful. Now Nicholas understands other parts of the house that he regarded the best places, best parts, are now bare, empty, and not delightful when compared with the lumber room. The lumber room has wonderful things for the eye to feast on. Feast on means delight, enjoy. Now Nicholas finds the lumber room has so many things to enjoy, so many beautiful things to enjoy, but other best parts of the house do not have such beauties. First and foremost, first and foremost means at first, there was a piece of tapestry, framed tapestry. Now, what is the first object Nicholas finds? A tapestry. Tapestry is a wall picture. Wall picture. Wall hangings. Now this tapestry is framed. It's fixed to a frame. That was evidently meant to be a fire screen. What is fire screen? Fire screen. Now you have to understand this situation, fire screen. Fire screen. In European houses, there is fire in the house to protect them from the coldness. Fire. There is a hearth, oven in the middle of the house to protect them from the coldness. To cover up this fireplace, they use a fire screen. Fire screen. You may not understand this very clearly. I will try to show you some pictures. Then you can understand it. To Nicholas, underline, to Nicholas, it was a living, breathing story. This fire screen, this picture is not just empty. This picture has a living, breathing story, live story. Now, this is the first object Nicholas meets. This fire screen is made out of wall picture. He sat down on a roll of Indian hangings. There are so many wall pictures. Roll of wall pictures are in this lumber room. Aunt has never touched them because Aunt has no beautiful eyes for beauty. and does not see any beauty in any objects. Glowing in the wonderful colors, shining in the wonderful colors of this fire screen or this picture, beneath, under a layer of dust layer, under a dust layer of dust, there are glowing colors, shining colors, and under this, from this dust layer, Nicholas took all the details of the tapestry picture, every information, all details of this tapestry picture. Now it is well covered with dust, but Nicholas has sharp eyes. With his sharp eyes, he goes deep into this tapestry picture and understands everything there. What does Nicholas see? Nicholas happens to see a man. Now in this tapestry picture, there is a man dressed. He is dressed in the hunting costume. Hunting dress. Costume means dress. Now who is this man? This is a hunter. This is a hunter of remote period. Prehistoric hunter. Prehistoric. Primitive hunter. Had just transfixed. Transfixed means hit or killed a stag. A stag is a deer with an arrow. Now this hunter has killed a stag with an arrow. His weapon is bow and arrow. It could not have been a difficult shot. Now Nicholas criticizes, comments, this is not a difficult shot, difficult hunt, because the stag was only, the deer was only 1 or 2 paces. Paces means feet. 1 or 2 feet away from him. In the thickly growing vegetation, in the thickly growing forest for vegetation, jungle, that the picture suggested, that the picture showed, it would not have been difficult. It is not difficult. Nicholas comments. Nicholas gives his view. Now, it is not difficult for this hunter to go to the stag secretly through the thick vegetation, thick jungle, bushes and trees, creep up to, go to, reach the feeding stag. Now Nicholas comments, the hunter can easily reach the stag through the thick vegetation. And the 2 spotted dogs. Nicholas also notices 2 dogs, hunting dogs, that were springing forward, jumping forward to join in the chase. To join in the chase means to join in the hunting. Chase means here hunting. Now Nicholas comments that these dogs had evidently been trained. Clearly, these dogs have been trained to keep to heel. Keep to heel means keep running. To keep running till the arrow was discharged, until the arrow is shot. Discharge means shot. That part of the picture was simple. That part of the picture was very simple. Nicholas says, if interesting, if one like, but did the huntsman see what Nicholas saw? Now, this is a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question. R-H-E-T-O-R-I-C, a rhetorical question. Now, Nicholas questions himself. What is the question? Did the hunter see what Nicholas saw? Now Nicholas happens to see galloping wolf running. Galloping means running wolf towards the hunter. Some wolves are coming towards the hunter, coming in his direction towards the hunter from the woods. Did he see it? Nicholas questioned. Because wolves are very dangerous animals. There might be more than 4 of them. There are only 4 of them seen in the picture. But Nicholas means that there can be so many hidden in the jungle, behind the trees. And in any case, would the hunter and the man, or would the dog and the man and his dogs, hunter and his dogs, be able to cope with means fight with? Will they be able to fight with these 4 wolves if they made an attack? Now, Nicholas' question is this. If the wolves suddenly come upon the hunter and the dog, will they be able to fight with the wolf? Now, Nicholas feels the hunter is in a dangerous situation. Now, this is Nicholas' creativity, imagination. He creates a nice story out of this tapestry picture. He is looking at a picture, but this picture arouses his creative thinking, creative imagination. Therefore, he creates this story. That is why he says, a living, breathing story, a live story. There might be more than 4 of them hidden behind the trees. Nicholas imagines. The man had only 2 arrows. Now, Nicholas logically analyzes hunter's ability in fighting with these 4 wolves. Now, Nicholas counts. Now, the hunter has 2 arrows. Only 2 arrows. There are 4 wolves. How can he kill 4 wolves with 2 arrows? This is Nicholas' logical argument. In his quiver means that pocket or holder for arrows. He might miss with 1 or both of them. Now Nicholas counts. Nicholas imagines, predict that the hunter may miss the target with 1 or 2 arrows. All one can know about his skill in shooting, that he could hit a large stag. Now, we know that this hunter, Nicholas is very critical, this hunter can kill only a large stag, large deer with a ridiculous short range. Within this humorous, critical, Nicholas is critical. This hunter can kill only a large deer within a short distance. Nicholas sat for many golden minutes. Nicholas sat many valuable minutes. Golden means valuable. Much time, much valuable time, revolving the possibilities of the scene, the possibility of this scene. Now, Nicholas thinks the wolf will come and attack the hunter and the dogs. The hunter may not kill all wolves, and the dogs and hunter are in danger. The wolf will kill them. Now, this is what Nicholas thinks. He was inclined to think. Nicholas is bound to thought. Nicholas thinks that there were more than 4 wolves. Now, Nicholas thinks that there are more than 4 wolves in the jungle. They will all come upon the hunter and will eat him up, kill him. that man and his dogs were in tight corner. The man, hunter, and his hunting dogs are in a difficult situation. Tight corner means, in a tight corner means difficult situation. Now, in this way, Nicholas interprets the hidden story in the tapestry picture. This is his creative thinking. But for the aunt, this is just a useless picture. But for Nicholas, this is not a useless picture because this picture has a living story. Now, it is the story of the picture that Nicholas speaks about here. These thoughts depicts the idea or the story of that tapestry picture. Now you can see Nicholas interprets the hidden story of this picture using his creative thinking. This is his ability. This is his smartness. That is why we say Nicholas is a smart boy. Smart boy. He has so many skills, talents, logical thinking, creativity, imagination. Okay, now just we have discussed one part of Nicholas' experience in the lumber room. There are so many other things that he meets in the lumber room. We'll discuss them in our next session.